Keyshawn Davis missed weight by 4 pounds. Today at the weigh-in versus Edwin De Los Santos, man, and it's crazy to think, man. I had been saying this. I think I got messages to prove. Well, I was like, man, Keyshawn Davis looked like a welterweight when he fought Baranchik. He looked like damn near a middleweight when he fought Lamos, man, for his first homecoming fight. I said the same thing about Abdullah Mason. I'm like, these guys are pretty big to be lightweights, man. These guys look extremely big in the ring versus their opponents. And you could call it what you want. You could say, oh, Tank scared, but I truly understand where he coming from, man. These guys are not in the same weight classes on fight night. Like Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis, to for example. They made the weight 140 on fight night, man. Devin Haney was anywhere between 160 to 165 pounds. He was way bigger than Regis Prograis. He was way stronger than Regis Prograis. On top of already being more skillful, having a better jab, footwork, and all that. They just gave him an even more advantage in the ring that night on fight night. Then we get to Keyshawn Davis, man. So this is his first title defense. It's in his hometown of Norfolk, Virginia. Uh, I said it last fight though, man. I'm like Keyshawn is pretty big for this weight class, man. And this is my theory. This is what I'm gonna say. Because he said he already knew he was going to 140 anyway. He said, after the weigh-in, he said he knew he wasn't going to stay at 135. He knew he was moving up to 140, right? I started thinking about this yesterday before the weigh-in. I started thinking about this. He was so like understanding and respectful to Tank all of a sudden. Y'all remember like a year ago, 6 months ago, he was like, Tank know I'll knock him out. I want to fight Tank. Let me and Tank get it on. And then he became champion. And he said in the interview with Cigar Talk, he said in the interview with Ariel Helwani, the MMA guy, he said, you know what? I understand where Tank coming from. Tank don't want to fight no guys that's beneath him. He don't want to give these guys a chance. Like he looking to fight guys who are more established than him, or guys who fans actually think can beat him. That's what Tank trying to do. Or Tank taking fights to, get a lot of money like the Jake Paul fight. And I was like, Keyshawn Davis being pretty respectful to Tank. Like he not talking trash or calling him out. Think about the fight Keyshawn Davis been talking about. He wanna think about the fight that Keyshawn Davis really want. And with that, what weight class that person fight at? He has been calling Teofimo Lopez out nonstop. Teo Lopez is really a 140 pound fighter. Teofimo been campaigning at 140 for the last 2 years. So Keyshawn Davis keeps saying, well, I want to fight Teofimo. I'll move up to fight him. I know he's not going to come down. I knew what time it was. I'm like, bro, Keyshawn Davis really want that Teofimo Lopez fight, so he going to move up for it. But he missed weight today. And I got to say, I got to keep it 100, man. I don't even think I posted a video about the Ryan Garcia being overweight situation once it originally happened, but I post the aftermath of like how he beat Devin Haney, how he dropped him, and I got to keep the same energy because I felt the same way when Ryan Garcia did it. Keyshawn Davis is dead wrong for coming in 4 to 5 pounds overweight, and just think this just happened to him in his second to last fight. Lamos came in with like 6 pounds overweight. They thought about not letting the fight happen. Um, it was just chaos. Like, why would you do that? We understand why Lamos did that. Lamos wanted to have the advantage on fight night. He wanted to be stronger than Keyshawn Davis because he clearly couldn't outskill him. Uh, he wanted to have that puncher's chance where if I catch him clean, I'm already bigger than him on the way in. I'm definitely gonna be bigger than him on fight night. So if he hit me, I'll be able to, have resistance. I won't get knocked out, and I will be able to hurt him. Whereas I'm looking at it now and I'm like, Keyshawn Davis already knew what time it was, dude. We saw him. Well, I saw him on the way in, like when the other fighters was passing him. He was standing right there with the towel on his head, like, damn, I already know I ain't make weight. I'm kind of embarrassed, but he knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't seem surprised that he didn't make weight. His face wasn't like sunk in, like he tried his hardest. He knew he wasn't gonna make the weight. He said it. But it's pretty. I'm gonna say it like this: it's a win-win for both fighters that's fighting tomorrow, Edwin De Los Santos and Keyshawn Davis, and I'm gonna tell y'all how. It's a win for Edwin De Los Santos because he already had major disadvantages anyway. He came off a 2-year layoff. His last performance was horrible versus Shakur Stevenson. Not only was his last performance horrible, he had blood clots and he had a shoulder injury. This dude got major disadvantages. Like I said, he been off for 2 years inactive. Keyshawn been mixing it up every three to 4 months lately. You got to think, this dude fought Madueno. He fought Lemos. Then he came back and got a title shot versus Baranchik. All that happened within, what, 3 months? No, like 6 months? He fought Lemos in November 2024, and I think he became champion in February, on Valentine's Day. February 14th, he fought and beat Baranchik. That's what? December, 3 months apart. So Keyshawn been super active. It's a win. Well, no, it's not really a win for Keyshawn Davis. It's actually a lose-lose situation for Keyshawn Davis. It's a win-win for Evan De Los Santos because let's just say he go out there and get stopped in the third or fourth round, right? Oh, Keyshawn came. He was a super middleweight in weigh-ins. You know he gonna juice up and rehydrate well anyway, and he gonna come in 150 to 160 pounds anyway. So people, bottom line, what I'm trying to say is this was the biggest fight of Keyshawn Davis' career, and that's all I'm gonna say. When you have a good name, when you having a step up fight, when you fighting somebody that's actually athletic, can actually punch, actually got power in their hands. You know what I'm saying? Athletic, can box, can brawl. When you got a name on your resume like that, Keyshawn Davis should have remained professional. There's nowhere in the world. If any fight, he could have missed weight on any fight except for this one. He will never get the proper credit he deserves for this fight. Let's say he go out there, look spectacular, knock De Los Santos out in exciting fashion, knockout of the year. He won't get credit for it. Everybody on Twitter today is saying Keyshawn Davis came in overweight because he was scared. He needed an advantage. He needed to be stronger. They basically saying Keyshawn Davis was nervous and worried about the power of Edwin De Los Santos all along. But Keyshawn, you shouldn't have did that, bro. This is the biggest name and the biggest fight of your career so far. And if you knock Edwin De Los Santos out tomorrow, you will not get credit for it, for coming overweight. That just didn't make sense to me. That didn't make sense. Also, another thing that didn't make sense. If you knew, Keyshawn Davis knew, as a fighter, bro, you know when you're not going to make weight. You just know when you're not going to make weight. Why call Abdullah Mason out yesterday then? It made no sense to call Abdullah Mason out if you hopped on the mic today and said, well, I was going to move up anyway to 140. Why do that? That made no sense to do if you plan on vacating the title. It's going to be whoever number one and then versus Abdullah Mason, and he's going to be the champion. And I'm pretty sure Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn Davis going to meet at either 140 or 147, and it's going to be a mega match. Because by that time, Keyshawn Davis would have been a champion at 135 and 140. Abdullah Mason, soon to be a champion at 135 if Keyshawn Davis move up, and he gonna move up to 140 and become a champion. 140 got some heavy hitters also, man. Some good names up there. Puelo, Richardson Hitchens, Gary Anton Russell, Teofimo Lopez. That's a pretty good division also. So I would like for these guys, man, to really kind of, I don't want to say weight bullying, but I heard an interview yesterday where Keyshawn Davis was telling Andre Ward, he was like, you want to feel your most power at a low weight class instead of fighting at like your natural weight where, everybody is pretty much the same size naturally. They're near the same power. So I was like, man, I don't really like how that sound. You want to be the lightest and the strongest instead of fighting at your natural weight and actually challenging yourself. But I just don't think that was a smart move by Keyshawn Davis, man. The biggest name and the biggest fight of your career, and you miss weight, you will not get credit for this win, even if you knock him out viciously because you missed weight and had an extra advantage. On top of the advantage of De Los Santos being out 2 years, blood clots, injuries, his first fight back was Keyshawn Davis, man. So I got to give a salute to Ever De Los Santos, man, taking a young, hungry lion once again. This dude that fought Rayo Venezuela, Shakur Stevenson, and now he's taking on heavy hitter, man, Keyshawn Davis in his hometown. After a 2-year layoff, Elmer De Los Santos is a dog, man. I expect that fight to be good also. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. We on the road to 4,000 subscribers. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, man, so more people can join our movement. And I'm out. Peace!
They say fuck them, they wasn't on your dick when you was down. Trust them in my back and turn my heart.